Welcome to the Woods Loot Run for the casual gamer. Don't have much time to put into the game and aren't looking for PvP or combat, but just try to make some easy money between changing diapers or work. This raid, I spawned a bus stop and I will be going to the BTR depot, the new hidden area, and the new bunker, which was added in 15.5. Sit high value and minimal time invested for the best gains. It's only 2 spots and you out. If you've seen my recent short, then you may already know this, but even if you did, I will be showing you in detail the layout of the place and what you can find. Now, once you get to the sign, as I pointed at, you need to go completely prone and you'll be crawling the rest of the way there. You want to stay as close to the train as possible, ideally underneath the train or on the right side. You go to the left side, you're going to get shot and die and lose all your stuff. So stay as close to the train as you can. If you go too far to the right, you'll also get shot and die. And it takes some getting used to. I want to quickly note that there are other places for decent loot, such as Mid Camp, USEC Camp, and Abandoned Village to the north. I'm not including those for the few reasons, such as being on the other side of the map, higher chance of running into players, goons, scavs, all making it more possible for you to die in the process. If you don't mind the risk, those are also great places to loot, but for the casual game that has maybe an hour or so a day to play, it's not ideal to go to those places since they are out of the way and have a lot more risk associated with them. Pay attention. This is the only time you're going to cross to the left side of the tracks from this angle. You're going to have to jump over this little fence here, but you gotta be fast or they're gonna start shooting at you and you will die very quickly if you don't get past there, or if you get stuck on that barbed wire. So this is the BTR depot, aka Prapor's hideout, aka who knows what's actually gonna be here. So there's a couple buildings you can actually enter. I'm just trying to see if there's any good loot in this one. Be careful of like weird spawns in the buildings or in this area, as you're not really gonna like, they have some really weird spawns. Like sometimes stuff's on the table, sometimes stuff's in like the little drawers there. Obviously you have the standard bags and everything like that, but when I've been finding loot such as, you know, military flash drives, GPUs and stuff like that, they just kind of been sprawled about in just kind of weird little places. So you really have to be careful where you're looking. As you can tell, the people here aren't exactly clean, which is actually most of Tarkov. So after you leave this room, if you keep going straight, you're going to see a couple other buildings that are attached together. Ooh, really, I'll take that for the hideouts. And you kind of want to keep an eye out, like especially on the ground. You don't know what exactly you're going to find, like I mentioned already before. But in this building here, this is like the workout area, or like the garage. So you're going to find lots of, you know, mechanical items in here. Let's see, screws, okay, don't need that. Fuel condenser, I will take that. Always check all these desks, check the cots, basically check every single surface. All the boxes in here, there's not really a lot of containers you really have to check. There's mostly everything here is going to be just loose loot on the surface. Except for a few, you know, duffel bags. I don't think there's really anything else in here to note. Magazine, looks like you can pick it up, but you just can't. I have found cats, Rolexes, spaces, all kinds of stuff over in this little area. Especially on these cots. And look, what's that, Vertex? Okay. No, it's a Veritas pick. Okay, well, I was hoping for Vertex. Am I missing anything? No. Alright, so next to the next room. This is a continuation of garage. I need that for a barter, I'm pretty sure. Mail, I'll take that just because it renders pretty well. Nothing on the table. Take the pliers because that's also for a barter, I believe. Take those. Anything else? Nothing up there. Nothing down there. P gauge. There's a lot of P gauges in this area, in this whole like little compound. So if you're trying to get your P gauges for your Bitcoin level 3, this is going to be the primo of primo spots to kind of get all done in maybe 2 or 3 raids. As Bitcoin level 3, you need what, 10 pressure gauges? And here I've only got to 2, and last time I came here I found like 5 on one raid. So it's definitely a good place to get your pressure gauges. Oh, and look, another duplex. And just get that over with. Also, they sell and vendor pretty well, so hey, who doesn't like free money? Back cooler. Another duffel bag. We're not leaving a single stone unturned here. I want to find as much as I can. Sometimes on that rickety couch there's also some valuable loot. Nothing this time looks like. Bench. Matches. Yeah, nothing on it this time. Let's see. Anything else? No, looks like that's... Oh, another vodka and a vodka. I'll take that vodka. That's a weird way to put a bench. Let's see. Does this open? No. So then we're going to get to the other side of the compound. Nothing up there. On this little platform here, you're going to typically find ammo, weapons, part attachments, stuff like that. I found some 993, some MAI AP. BT is not too bad. No, that's just junk. Another one. I was not exaggerating when I said there's this stuff everywhere. Look, another. I'll take that. Oh, okay, well, I guess I won't take that. I think this kind of bugged. Maybe we didn't hit it right. Let's see, a sledgehammer. Don't need that anymore. I will be knowing where to go, though, in the future. Like, this is all easy, like, hideout upgrade gear if you haven't gotten a lot of these parts, or if you're needing, like, some of this stuff just easily. This is going to be the place I'm going to start going to at the beginning of wipes, just so that way I can easily stock up on hideout necessities. Let's see, nothing here. So quiet over here. That area in the tents, I haven't really found a lot there. Just, again, miscellaneous, like, small loot. But nothing really worth mentioning. The next spot we're going to go to is actually that building next to us over there. That is the Prapor's hideout area. Or, I guess, the potential new trader area. I don't know, it still looks a lot like Prapor's. So, I'm going to say it's Prapor's hideout until corrected. So we're going to go in here, and then to the left is going to be the specific room that I'm talking about. And these are two bathrooms behind us. This looks like Prapor's hideout. If you look at his, like, little, I guess, picture on, like, the trading page, it looks a lot like Prapor's background. Maybe it was his at one point, and then he left, but I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to see Prapor in-game. Ooh, look, a raven. I'll take that. Don't need that. I'm pretty sure that sells not too bad. But I'm sure I can find better. Ooh, another tea kettle. Oh, I can't fit that there. I need to move some stuff around. Get this down there. So that's 3 pressure gauges. Anything else? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Nothing in the pen. Can't open that. Ooh, cat. And a badge. So I'll then also take this. And I want to say we've covered everything pretty well from what I've seen so far. And these containers actually open. It'd be kind of awesome if they would sometimes open. But it's kind of hard to tell. Let's see. Any kind of weirdness on the computer? No, BSG doesn't have anything weird on the computer. You never know what you're going to find with BSG. Double checking the desk. Anything here? No, nothing in the papers. Wait. Hey, and that blended in real well. Where's that go? There it is. Nothing go. Bam, right there. Perfect. Hey, you really had, like I've mentioned already multiple times at this point, you really had to be careful double checking everything, as it's very easy to miss a lot. Stuff is very small, and it's a complete disorganized mess around here. Nothing in the pooper. Grenade on top of the washing machine. Don't need that. I'll just leave you right there. I guess, in case you get the toilet clogged, you need something to unclog it. A grenade would do wonders, or not. Ooh, diary, I'll take that. It's really weird that they, reskinned, or I guess redesigned the Slim Diary. and a couple other like small objects. I kind of wonder why, but I guess they do look better compared to the original models. Nothing down there. I'm guessing this is where the BTR is going to be driving by, so I'm not sure if you have to pay the BTR to get here, kind of like pay to get your loot. Sometimes next to the AK graffiti sign, you can find a hidden cache. I haven't gotten a lot of them. I've only found it twice out of the few times I've been here. I'm curious to see if they're gonna mine the underside of the train, and then the BTR is the only way to get here, then everyone's gonna be rushing to the BTR to then get here, camp it, and then a lot of people will stop coming here, essentially. Now we have to get out of here. Now, for some people, this has worked out really well for just climbing on top of all this and using the top of the trains to run out of here. However, I'm about to show you, my luck is not good, as I get shot instantly every time I go anywhere near the top of these trains. So if your luck is like mine, BSG hates you just as much as they hate me, apparently. Let me just heal up here and make sure that, I got 4 health, so that way if I do get shot, I can kind of survive another shot. I don't know if I'm supposed to go up on that building, or how it's supposed to work. I guess you can go all the way around. But I've not had good luck going up, so I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to show you a different way that it's guaranteed to be safe, which is essentially this. We're just going to go back exactly the way we came, kind of, sort of. So you can get up to the barbed wire, and then you're going to crawl right between these 2 train cars, and this time you're going to stay on the same side we stayed on the way to get here. But you're just going to be doing the reverse. Instead of going towards the depot, you're going to be going back to the sign. Once we get back to the sign, then we'll go ahead and stand up and go to our next destination. Since we still have a little bit of space left over in our storage, we can go to the next area that's going to be the secret bunker that BSG has added in the last patch. Then with that, we can then go to the color extract since it's always up and get out of here. The bunker in question is going to be on the back side of Sniper Rock, which as this map shows you is roughly here. This has a cultist circle inside of it as well as a few valuable loot spawns, so it's worth checking out. It is a small chance for scavs walking around this area, but during the time of this recording they were not hostile, so we don't really have to worry about them as much as PMCs. But you have been warned. I've only seen them up here around twice out of all the times I've stopped by. Inside there are going to be 5 main rooms, 3 to the right, the center chamber, and the bathrooms to the left. It is very dark down here, so having a light will help ensure you aren't missing anything valuable, because this is also a mess. The cultist circle is a huge RNG hit or miss depending on your luck. At times I found nothing but a key, other times I have found a whole kitted G38 and other high-ticket items, all the same raid. Looks like this time though I just found a Mosin, some keys. I'll put that in my storage here. What kind of key is that, out of curiosity? Hidden house key. Never heard of that. And a pumpkin. And these scavs are going to give me a heart attack, and I'm going to end up shooting them. So I don't really care about the pumpkin. Not really much loot there. Not really much in the bunker this time. Usually, it's actually some decent loot. I found usually like intelligence items or skull rings or whatnot on the beds in the other room that I was just in. But this time, it's kind of dry. Hey, you can't get everything. I'm already kind of full, so if I found anything else, I probably wouldn't have much space, and I'd really have to start making some hard decisions. Nothing ever really spawns in that room, so that one you can kind of usually ignore. Just be careful, people are kind of camping it, as I've had it happen a few times. You just walk past that way, because it does not allow loot in it. People hide right in that nook of the door, wait for you to pass, and then boom, shoot you in the back. It seems like it's very sporadic, but that's just how it works. After this, we then skedaddle over to the car shack with our booty, and we are out. If you include what we're keeping, plus what we're still waiting to sell on the flea, we made over 500,000 rubles there. I want to say about 700,000 rubles there, and got some items that we needed for barters and crafts. If this was of any help to you, I only ask if you leave a like so it can be shown to more people. If there's a map you want to know where to find the best goods, then just comment down below and I will be sure to cover it. As a loot goblin, I know the best spots, but my common sense is a little different than most. Till next time, stay howlin' my pack.